back to the In the Saddle podcast. My name is Caleb Rutherford. I'm joined today with head women's basketball coach Shareece Burrell. Shareece, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you doing yourself?
I'm doing phenomenal.
Good.
To get things off, can you go ahead and let us know a little bit about your journey into getting Mount Mercy, but also into the basketball world?
Yes, would love to. So I am Shareece Burrell, the head coach at Mount Mercy. Actually going into my 5th season here, which is crazy. Time is flying by. So a little about my journey. So I'm originally from Des Moines, Iowa, just about 2 hours away from here. I am the youngest of 4. I'm actually a first-generation college student. Played basketball all my life, started in like 2nd grade. I ended up playing at East High School. We were state champions there, so a Hall of Famer at East High School. And then afterwards, I ended up going to Bradley University, played basketball there for 4 years, and that's in Peoria, Illinois, an NBC conference. Then afterwards, I was at University of Northern Iowa, where I got my master's degree in women and gender studies, and I was on the coaching staff there for 3 years. So I was the video coordinator and graduate assistant there, and then after COVID, I got the job here. And so after COVID, so I think that was in 2021, and then I've been here now for going on 5 years. I said I was assistant coach for the last 4 years, and then the previous coach, he retired January 13th, and that's when I took over as interim head coach, and then I became the head coach. That was finalized, I believe, in about March.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well,
exciting.
It sounds like you've had a long journey within the sport of basketball.
Absolutely.
You said you played since 2nd grade?
Yes.
And then you played up through high school to get that state championship.
Yes.
You went to a D1
Yes.
Bradley, and then got coaching experience at a D1 level, and now here. So
Yes.
that's great. I mean,
Thank you.
I don't think I can think of any other person on this campus that would have a history in the sport like that. So congrats on getting to those stepping stones. And
Thank you.
Thank you for being here and coaching for us.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit about your coaching staff? I know things have changed since last year with a transition in assistant coaches. Obviously now you're the head coach. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So our head assistant coach is Coach Jake Marshall. Coach Jake Marshall, he's actually from Des Moines as well. Another Des Moines native, I love that. And he actually was the head coach at Fort Hays Community College. So he coached there, and he was assistant coach previously the year before that. He played college basketball as well in Colorado. He went to, the crazy thing is he went to Hoover High School in Des Moines, and I was at East High School. He's a few years older than me, but I didn't even really know him. And it's crazy that we connected. And so one of my good friends from high school is his cousin. And then we connected, and he reached out, and it's been great. Coach Marshall, he's awesome. Like, he's super outgoing. He has such high energy. So he's the defensive coach. He's focusing a lot on the defensive side of the team. And I'm really excited what he brings to the table. I think he's really going to help our program go far. He has over 10 years of coaching experience. Wow. And so we have some great coaches I'm excited about. Coach Malia Marfo. So she is our other assistant coach. And she played last year at Mount Mercy, actually last couple of years. She transferred in from a Division II school, and then she came here. People may remember Malia, so she actually made the winning shot for us to go in overtime for our first postseason win in the heart of America. So I always remind people of that, about what Coach Malia did, and super excited to have her on staff. She also is one, super bubbly, great energy. She's super quick, and so I really have her helping out with the guards. She played guard, and so I think she's really going to help us, and then she's helping a lot on the offensive side as well. So that is our coaching staff, and then we also, we have one more, so Coach Chloe Ross, so she is a strength and conditioning coach. So she primarily focuses on just like the lifting program. We're great to have her a part as well. She actually works with a couple others here on Mount Mercy campus. I believe she works with the men's volleyball team, and I believe the track team now too. So she's been great to have. I'm super excited about our staff. And we're young, we're on fire, we're excited to do just great things with this program and just kind of continue to set that bar high here.
All right. So with the addition of Chloe, the strength and conditioning coach, is this something new to the program, or has this something you've used in the past, just not more direct and not more in a direct way?
So she's an assistant coach, and she just really focuses more on strength and conditioning. Previously, before, we really didn't have that. We weren't doing that. We just had 2 assistant coaches and then just one really focused on the basketball side. But I really believe that our team can get stronger, and that is something I think that's going to really take us to another level. When I played, I mean, strength and conditioning was a very great piece of us being strong on the court and having that physicality. So I really believe that that addition, adding Chloe to the staff, is going to help us take to that next level of what we want to bring here.
All right. Going into this season, your first game is at the end of October, October
25th.
25th, thank you. I was thinking 23rd, but I was like, that's wrong. And so thank you for correcting me. What would you say your strategy or coaching philosophy is going into this season?
Yep. So we had 17 seniors graduate, and that alone was it was tough, you know. So we had to recruit pretty heavy this last season in the summertime, and we were able to bring in a lot of great players, and I'm super excited about that. But we have, I mean, our returning starters. Sam, she was out for an injury of last season, but we expect her to be coming back this season. We have Isabel. She's a senior that we expect her to be that starting point guard and step up. And so for me, I really believe we have some key pieces. We have Sadie Strukin, that she's been here all 4 years. She's a senior this year. She's our great shooter. We know of her. You know, we have Ellie Moore. We have a lot of great people to the team that's going to help us strategize of what we can bring to our team. And so for me, my coaching philosophy is really just pushing that energy and effort. And so the quote I always tell them is, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And so what does that mean? We outwork every team. And so for me, that is what I push and what I bring to the table is I'm like, I need this energy, effort. And it starts on defense. I believe defense wins championships. So I really try to push that defensive team and really push teams to defend and lock down defenders. And I think that has helped us to the point where our defense sets us up for our offense. So I start on the defensive end of things, and I'm one that I'm just going to be up in their ear, pushing them every single day, you know, and I think I'm really pushing that hard work side of things, and the girls can appreciate that. Our preseason, it has, we actually got on the track, you know, and so I'm getting them girls to run and get in shape so that they're ready for when season comes, and I really believe that they've been putting in the hard work in the off season, and they're going to be ready to go.
All right. So this past week we had homecoming.
Yes.
And you were actually participating in the pep rally.
Yes.
Almost leading it, correct?
Yes.
I got to see that energy you had, and it was a great energy. You got the crowd going. You got the crowd to love you. You were down on the dance floor, dancing with them. How do you get that energy and incorporate that into the team when you're trying to coach, even at a hard point in the game?
So for me, I really am grateful that I played because I saw how when my coaches had the energy, how it built, and it was like a reflection of the team. And it's like a domino effect. And so for me, I had to remember the girls are looking at me. They're like, okay, how is coach gonna respond when we miss a shot? How is coach gonna respond when we're down 10? So I had to make sure that I keep that positive energy, reinforcing to them and letting them know, like, it's gonna be okay. You missed a shot, but we're gonna keep shooting. And so I really think that reassurance, a lot of women's sports, people need that reassurance. And so for me, it helps me. So I look at what did I need when I was in college? And that is why I'm like, I'm gonna do the same thing for the girls. And I mean, there were some times when I was in college where I didn't receive some of that. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a point where the girls are going to get some of those things that I seen that I need a little bit more of.
Okay. As we go into this season, is there certain things that you are looking forward to with this team, whether it's a certain individual starting a new position, a new recruit coming in? What is going to be your thing that you're looking forward to most to see within the team?
So one thing I really appreciate with our team is the team chemistry. The girls have really great relationships on and off the court. And so I really try to push that team bonding and team building. And I did that beginning of when we first started. So I'm really expecting some of those transfers that came in. So we have Jocelyn, that she transferred from Davidson Elkins Division II school. She is a 5'10" guard, and she's long and she's very versatile, and so I really expect her to come in and make a difference and make a great impact. She's quick, she can get downhill, and so we had a couple players that are graduate, like Malie, for example, so we're thinking, okay, we need somebody to fill in those 3 spots. Madison Skelton that graduated, we have players that we want to have come in, and make those impacts that those girls did. And those girls paved the way, so we just want to continue to keep that going. Sydney Morris, she's a post player, super athletic. And the girl jumps out this world. I really expect her to do some things inside. And so we have some really great sparks. I think Isabel, that's the one, she's our point guard, returning point guard, so she's going to be starting. She actually started the second half of the season last year, so we expect her to come in and her physicality and getting to the rim, she can shoot it. Isabel can do a lot of different things, so I'm expecting her to step up a little more. Last year, she more so was just playing that point guard that was more passive. This year, I expect Isabel to be a scorer, and I believe that she's going to do that. So we have some pretty key pieces that I think are really going to make a difference. And those 3 girls that I mentioned, I think are really going to help. And when Sam's back healthy, she's a starter. Everybody knows she had an injury, but I expect Sam to come out, and that girl's a shooter, and her and Sadie. So I'm expecting them to come out and we get some good shots out of them. And I think that our team, we have some good shooters, and we can. Now I want it to be a little bit of an inside-out game. So I want us to really look to get it inside, but that sets it up for our shooters to get some wide open shots.
All right. A little bit more of a tougher question for you, and you don't have to give me all your secrets if you don't want to, but when you were prepping your team for a big conference game, what is your pregame speech to them? And what would that look like?
So I'm not going to give everything, but I will just go into the Missouri Valley game of last year. So I took over as an interim head coach January 13th of last year, or this year, but last season, the girls, they had a really tough transition, their coach retiring in the middle of the year. But my speech is, we want to outwork every team that we play. And that is what's going to keep us succeeding, because our shots are not always going to fall. Things are not always going to go in our way. But if we are working hard and we're getting those loose balls, those 50-50 balls, if we are, always out-rebounding teams, that's going to make the difference. And fourth quarter, we're tired. People are tired, and so we outwork every team. And that's where I really bring up that quote, what I just said earlier, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So I'm always going to push to them, we work hard every single possession, and every possession counts. And I believe there are some times when people miss shots. So I want them the leaders on the team, to hold each other accountable and push each other and support one another. And I'm not always on the court. I'm not on the court, obviously. And so I tell them, I need you guys to step up and be willing to shoot the next shot. And the Missouri Valley game, I told them, it was after we went into overtime, I said that all of you guys have to be confident in yourself. And so I really push confidence, and I tell them, whoever has the opportunity to shoot that last shot, I want you to take it. And Malia shot it, and she made it. And so I really try to push that confidence aspect in them, like, you guys all can do anything you put your mind to.
All right. I love that idea, knowing and pushing the idea of you just have to trust yourself, trust your teammates. And that's hard, especially when you have different people from different backgrounds, different levels of playing.
Yes.
So I like that you're really pushing that, not only at the last minute buzzer beater type shots, but also throughout the season. So I like that. Like to see that in a team.
Absolutely.
So kind of switching types of questions, what is something about you that most people would not know?
Okay, let's see. So just me personally, like about me or
about
team?
you, about the team, however you want to take it.
Okay. So let's see. Cece Baker. So she is a freshman that just joined. She's on the varsity team. The girl is probably one of the funniest girls ever, and she likes to crack all the jokes.
Yeah.
Her and Liv, they love to crack jokes, and Liv likes to juggle. So that is something where I think people would not guess some of those girls. They have a really big silly side of them.
Yeah.
And I think it is like a domino effect of our whole team. So yeah, it would be just something like I love how they are really silly on the side, but then they know how to come together and be serious when it's time to go.
Cool. I will say, being with Mount Mercy for a little bit, I have seen those different characters on each team, and I do know that they have a huge impact, especially on team mentality when everybody is down in the dumps about maybe they are starting to fall behind on the points in a game or whatnot, and they have to rely on them to get them boosted back up. So it's great that you have those additions on the team.
Absolutely.
And would you say that that's the characteristics of them and the personalities that they carry? Is that something you look for in recruiting, or is that, or do you just solely look for their performances, and then are they going to be good in school? Are they going to do this? Blah blah.
So, I mean, obviously first you see if they are good players and what skills, fundamentals can they do. But then I look at their personality. I see, are these girls going to work well with the girls that we have? And so when I recruit, I'm looking at those relationships they have with their other teammates. I'm watching them when they go to the sideline, when they get out of the game, when they sub out the game. How are they responding to their teammates? Are they cheering their next teammate on if they're playing bad and the other team player's playing good? You know, I watch how they respond to the coaches. Are they coachable? You know, those things I watch. And obviously I want to see if they're good students, so I look at all those things too. But it really matters to me how the girls respond to their other teammates. Are they good teammates? And here at Mount Mercy, I try to implement sisterhood. And so these girls, when you guys become a team, you're family. It's not just, we're just individuals, we are one big family. And so we know with families fight sometimes. Sometimes families don't always get along, but then you're family, you come together. And that's what we do. And I want the girls to know that we are competitors. So that is something that I really try to instill, that competitiveness, but then knowing we're family at the end of the day. We compete on the floor, but afterwards, we hug it out and keep going.
Yeah.
So that's how I recruit too.
All right. If you were to be doing anything else other than coaching basketball, what would that be? Because I know are you still working towards getting your master's in marriage family?
I stopped when I got the head coaching job. So I started marriage and family therapy last year. I got approved to join the program, and then I got the head coaching position. And I'm like, there's no way I can do both at the same time.
That's fair.
So I will say I have a lot of different things. A hidden talent. I like to sing. So, but I was younger, so I could have said this. I tried out for American Idol during COVID, but it was just for fun. I'm not a real singer. It was really for fun. Can't really sing, my family could say, but I like to. So that's in my hobbies. I actually have a nonprofit called Restore Millennials, so it is a faith-based organization, and so that is something that I take dearly and I love, and that's what I do on the side. So that's one thing, and then probably I would be a therapist too. So one day when maybe 20 years down the line, who knows when I'm coaching still, I'll go back into therapy. And I actually, when I was at UNI, I did social work for a little bit of time, and then I decided to do a different program because it fit better with my career. So yeah, that is something potentially being a therapist, and I may do it on the side one day. I don't know. Yeah.
If you were to coach a different sport or play a different sport, what would that be?
If I had to coach a different sport. Okay. Volleyball. I would say volleyball. When I was in high school, I played volleyball, but then it kind of got in the middle of basketball, so I had to quit volleyball. Yeah. But I love volleyball. I go back and forth. So I'll say volleyball and track. I ran track all 4 years. I actually went to state for track when I was in high school. And I don't like that it's not a team. I don't like that it's just individual sports. But I do love just like the adrenaline of starting a race. And it is nerve-wracking, but I just love that. And then watching people go across the finish line, it's just such a great thing to watch. I used to throw the shot put as well, too.
All right.
Yeah, when I was in middle school, I actually had a record for shot put. It was only like 30 feet, but it was still, when we were in middle school, it was like a big deal. And so I used to love the shot put. And so if I was probably something, I would say track. Volleyball's cool, but I'll probably go back to track.
All right. Would you potentially see a possibility of you and Coach Marlin with women's volleyball partnering up on sharing your sports with your athletes? So maybe doing a women's volleyball versus women's basketball volleyball game and vice versa with basketball? Like just for grins and giggles, get the teams together. Would you see that as a potential?
It'll be fun. I'd be open to it. I'm open to it. Yeah, I think that'd be great. We'd have to do it in the off season for sure. Yes. And maybe, they're in teaser right now, but maybe we can find a time that we can do that.
All right. If you were to switch the basketball out, like the actual ball in the sport, what would you switch it with?
A soccer ball. I still could shoot that. It's soft. You could throw it even further, so I think a soccer ball.
All right.
Yeah.
Final question, is there any other things you would like any potential recruits, audience members, or anybody else on campus that you would want them to know about the team and about the program going into this season? Because you have some big talent coming in. You got some returning.
Yes.
This is your first full year
as
in this position. So what are some things that people can look forward to within this program?
I will say that some people may have counted us out because all the seniors that graduated, but I want to reassure everyone that we brought in some really great talent, and I have high expectations for these girls. We have some goals we want to reach, and I'm going to set a high goal. I look at the banner, and we went to nationals in 2012, and I'm like, that is something that we strive to get to nationals, and so we have the ability to do it. And I don't ever want to just look too far ahead. We're process driven, so it's one day at a time, drill by drill, practice by practice, game by game. But I want our girls to aim high. I want them to see themselves that before they leave, they'll be on that banner. So that is my goal at Mount Mercy. Before I leave, we will be on that banner. So it's going to happen. You guys hear me on this, so years later or whenever it may be, you guys are going to remember this conversation. And I really would like, you're going to have some fun. I believe watching our girls play, the energy, the intensity they have, the grit that they have, you're going to enjoy it. And I really want to push all Mount Mercy athletics to come together and go to each other's games. I don't see it enough. And I see a couple of sports come, but why can't we have where it's a one game or a couple games where every team comes to a game of each sport, and that we can push it. And now I told my players I want them to go to at least one or two games of every team at Mount Mercy. And I really want to push that. Because we have some great teams. We have bowling, we have track and field, we have all these things, and we go to volleyball games a lot too, and like soccer. But I'm like, let's all support one another. Yeah. And even football now, Yes. And I'm super excited about the football team joining. Congrats to them. And I really believe that Mount Mercy has some great things here, great sports, great people. So we just got to come together. And that is my goal here, is to bring people together.
Well, with the energy I saw at homecoming, I definitely think you're moving in the right way. So
Thank you.
We'll be excited to see you on the sidelines at other games, as well as your women's basketball games coming up. Again, October 25th is the first one. Mm-hmm. thank you for joining me today and taking time out of your very busy day to meet with me and let us get to know you and the program.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Caleb. I'm super excited for you, too. You got your last season, and you're in this great position. So
I appreciate
congratulations.
it. Thank you,
sir.